What is going on, guys? Axel here, bringing you a One Piece ambition tier list for all the ships. Let's get hot diggity dog right into it. First one here is Boa's ship. I'm going to put her in the A rank. She has good AoE ability with her second skill, or her bottom skill, whatever you want to call it. And she has a decent freeze if you hit them enough times where they freeze for a few seconds. So it's a pretty decent ship. Next is Ace's new ship that you had to spend berries on to get from the event that came out last month. This one's not that good, honestly. I'm going to put it in the B tier. Like, if you wasted 20,000 berries to get this ship, I'm very sorry. But yeah, this ship just ain't it. Mid to no good damage, and when they go through the fire flames, like, you can create 2 fire lanes. And if they go through it, it doesn't do damage, so it's just kind of like a waste of an ability. Very disappointed in this ship, honestly, and I feel bad for anyone that honestly got it, you know. Enel's ship. No need to explain. God S tier, massive AoE damage, destroys everyone in its sight, and as it should for 50 American dollars. Next is the Sexy Foxy. He goes in the A rank. He has good freezes. You just do, like, it's the same thing in PvP, right? Like, his actual character Foxy in PvP, you can freeze them, slow them down for a few seconds. Very, very good ship. The Judicial ship, which is for, like, I think, like, over 1,000 diamonds, I believe, in-game. I forget the exact price, and it's going away soon, I believe. Or it might have already gone away, I forget, but it's been in the shop for a long time. This ship is actually a really great ship. S rank it goes. It has a great freeze ability. Like, it freezes them for like 5 to 7 seconds. And then you can use the bottom ability to get everyone frozen for 5 to 7 seconds. And that's like literally enough time to just like do anything. If you fought a team of Enel and the Judicial ship, you're going to lose every time. That's just how it is. The Barity. S rank as well, and the only reason why I'm saying this is, like, it's not good for offense, but it's good for support. It's amazing for support. You can heal your team, and it's just overall a really great ship. Next is a Lost ship. I'm going to put it in A rank, and the only thing I really have to say about it is it can go underwater, and you can't be detected, which is nice, and it's a good support ship. But unfortunately, when you go underwater, you can't go under obstacles. So if you could, it'd be an S rank ship, or I guess in this case a sub. But unfortunately, you can't, so it just stays there. The Sunny. Unfortunately, I got to do this, but it's a B rank ship. Not very amazing. The biggest issue is that the first ability out of the 3 basic abilities, like, you know, your auto attack or whatever, your first attack is a good laser ability that can just go through anything. But then the second ability, like in your auto attack, and your third ability in the auto attack, it doesn't have any range. And it's just kind of sad. The mobility is good. You can fly around all over the place, but that's about all I can really say. Aokiji's bike. This is like one of the first paid ships that came out. $20, I believe, 20 American dollars. If you bought this ship, I apologize deeply for doing so, because I don't know if it got nerfed or not, but it sucks. B rank it goes. And you might be wondering, but what about the freeze? It can freeze people. Well, I did some testing, and the freeze only lasts for like a second. So what are you really freezing, you know? Like, you ain't really freezing shit. Mihawk's ship, I'm going to put in the A rank, very, very end of A rank. Very, very decent ship, not amazing. It has low HP, which is kind of like, you know, and whatever, but like its abilities are really good, can hit through wall, it can go through the walls, and has decent range. So not a bad ship at all. Blackbeard's ship, I'm going to also put in A rank. This could be a S rank ship, honestly, but the reason why it's not is because its range is not very good. It can drag people into him if they're close, and that's about really all there is. Like, it's nothing too crazy going on with this. Garp's ship. This is the worst ship in the game, in my opinion. Just there's not much to do. You shoot cannons, and that's really about it. Nothing amazing here. We're going to skip this one because I don't remember the name. The Battle 8 Frankie. Unfortunately, I will put this in the B rank. But the issue is, to attack people, you have to attack them by turning away from them. And running away from people, that ain't the right thing to do. It's just not really good, honestly. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. Banana Boat, which I believe is called the Victory Hunter here, that I just skipped. It's not very good. Very end of beats here. It has a self-heal, which can heal you pretty damn good, honestly. But there's not really much going on with it. You can speed up and charge very fast, but that's really about it. Nothing really amazing here. This is Buggy's raft, essentially, when he gets small and all that shit. This is a terrible one. His little fish ability sucks because it does damage to you, and there's just not much there. C rank. The Takoyaki 8, not good. C rank, not much you can do. So that's really about it for that. Luffy's raft, very basic, nothing going on here. C rank, we'll just leave it at that. This is the Miss Love Duck ship, like the one that all the whatever her name is uses. This one right here is actually very good, very fast speed and hit and all that kind of stuff. And there's actually damage over time, which is what we love. We love that. So, you know, you can kind of do damage over time. You don't have to always be on them. It's really great. This is Don Krigu's ship. It's called the Dreadnought Saber. It's not very good, but its third attack and its basic abilities, it can attack through walls. But you do need to be close to them for like the other ability that he has. I forget the name of it. I'm sorry, but not a very good ship. Realistically, I'd probably put it like right there. Mr. 2's ship here. I'm trying to remember what it has. This is the Swanda Express, I believe is what it's called. Very basic. It can hit numerous people at a far range, but there's not really any value to this at all. So I'll put it right there. Let's see. We'll start with the Striker, the one I actually kind of know. The Striker's really good. Has good mobility, good range, and yeah, just overall a really good ship. There's not much to it. It's very simple, very basic. But I will say that I think it's definitely better than the new Ace ship that they released. The Going Merry, right? This is the Going Merry flying version, I believe. Yeah, this is the flying version. Not very good, honestly. You can... So, his first ability, you can go up in the air. You can attack people. And then his second ability is you go really high up in the air. And you can drop some bombs for a couple seconds. Nothing amazing here. I'm going to put him in the beats here. Probably like right here is what I would say. And that's about all I really have. Going Merry, the very first ship. Not very good, and I wanted to put it in the seats here, but you can't really do that to the main character, right? So I'm just going to put it at the end of the beats here. He can put oil on the ground, and you can make it on fire to do big damage, but, you know, if you're smart, you don't sit in the oil. You just move away from the oil, and that's about all you really do. This is the original Miss Love Duck ship right here. Very, very... basic. It's just basically straightforward attacks. This is probably realistically the worst ship in the game. Nothing crazy going on here. The Bizon Black, I'm also going to put in these seats here. Probably right there, or right there, sorry. It does have like one ability. It's kind of like, I think it locks their abilities for a little bit, but like to use another one, to use the first ability, it stops you from moving. And that's not what you want to see. Like, ever, you know. So, next is the Blyking. That's what they call. This is Wapol's ship. It's more of a tank ship, but the reason why it's not really good is because you can go underwater, but it shows you where you're at underwater so they can see where you go. So, really, I'm going to put it, like, right there, I guess. And I'm going to be honest with you. This last ship, I can't think of its name. I'm thinking really, really hard here. I don't even know anything about this last ship, so I'm going to ignore it. But this is my One Piece Ambition ship tier list in terms of, like, you know, just doing damage and events and all that. Very, very important tier list, I feel like. And thank you to the person that suggested it. That's all I have. Peace.